Yeah.
But so part of why I say like maybe it was a necessary thing is he passes out, and when he wakes up, he's in an entirely new place, and he's got a full beard.
Yeah.
So that's how he knows he's been asleep for quite a while.
Yes.
And I think, um, let's see, and then he goes, and just to kind of finish up this particular little passage. He knows he's been asleep for a while, and he gets up and he goes back into the woods and he's looking around for turnips again. But he doesn't have any luck at first. But I think there's this sense of like I don't know I'm trying to think like where this comes from. I don't want to. So the thing I'm thinking of is the Grail quest, the Percival and the Grail quest. But I don't want to bring in a whole nother myth to explain this fairy tale. So I'm just thinking like he tries it the first time and he fails, and he's sort of kicked out of the turnips. You know, the place where the resolution happens, whatever the healing, the woman is found, whatever. Um, and then he kind of forgets. And I think, in life we can have a dream that we're chasing, and then something scares us and we
Yeah.
drop away from the dream, and then at
Right.
some point later in our life we're like, man, that thing was really important to me.
Right.
And you wake up and you're older and you've got a beard and you've been asleep to this reality of
Right.
healing for a long time.
Yes.
So, and I also find it interesting that the bear, when he turned into a man, was described as having a long beard and a
Right.
crown, and here the prince is now the one with the beard.
Right.
So
Yes.
there's some sort of a like
This was supposed to happen or something.
yeah, I can't quite like I can't make the story coalesce around it in my head, but there's just a mirroring between what the bear turns into. The young man runs away from the bearded man in the cave,
Right. Yeah.
and then
Rushes
is and
away.
rushes away, and then is too young to confront the monster,
Right.
and then
Yeah.
wakes up once he's old enough to match what the bear turned into. So there's this
Yeah.
unification between like the prince and the bear that happens while he's asleep. And
Yeah.
as you said,
Yeah.
he falls asleep several times in this. The first time he falls asleep in the cave and he wakes up, and the old woman and the bear are there. Here he falls asleep, or he faints and he wakes up from sleep, and he's older, and now he's the one with the beard. Now he's kind of inhabited the role that the bear was playing a
Yes.
little bit more.
Yes.
So I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I don't know if you have anything to say about that, but
No, no. Yeah, that's all good. Yeah, I was just thinking if we're going with the sort of psychological analogy, it's he grows and the story progresses to his most mature form at in stages after the sleep. So you could say maybe that's something about getting in touch with something with and also maybe something about the timelessness of sleep or something like that. It's not something that you can delineate or something that you can exactly plan out, like and that's true in life. Like if someone goes, I want to become mature, or I want to become enlightened even, or something like that, like we were kind of talking about yesterday.
right.
Like you have, like someone who has wisdom has to can tell you some stuff, but it's not like cooking a dish in a simple way. You can complexify that metaphor
Right.
too, but it's not like do this, do this, do this, do this, and then boom, you will have maturity.
Right. Right.
It's you can point the way and kind of give them something to help their mindset a little bit, and maybe something, a little warning, be careful about these little pitfalls or whatever. But yeah, they have to find the way, and it has to be intuitive kind of,
Hmm.
which is so hard for wisdom because and like just think like maybe being a parent or being a mentor or something, you cannot control that process. Like you cannot, here's the 1,000-page manual. exactly do all this stuff and you will be safe. Like I won't have to worry about you. But it's not like that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. There's no formula. There's no formula. There's no guarantees. And I think it's interesting. I forget exactly what you said, but you said something about him being asleep, and I was like, that like he goes from being immature and not ready to being mature, and it just happens while he's sleeping because it goes from here and he goes back to right where he was before with the same thorn bush and the turnips and stuff, and now he's ready for it, but he didn't go and train. He didn't
Yeah.
go and like have to overcome or fight the monster. it
Yeah.
just it
Right,
took
right. Yeah.
time for him to mature.
Yeah.
Wisdom, like you're saying, sometimes wisdom just takes time, and you
Yeah.
have to let the process kind of unfold. So
Right. Exactly. Very good.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that was I mean, that was you, but thank you.
Yeah.
um,